Tatiana Sharpe is one of the youngest writers to publish a book in Zimbabwe.
Hey beautiful people, welcome to this video. My name is Tatiana Sharpe and I am the author of The Lonely Tiger, and this is my beautiful mom.
My name is Joanna Sharpe. I'm born in Ukraine, Donetsk, and I have a privilege to have only one child, Tatiana, and my dream to have lots of children. And actually I have a twin sister who she's not dreaming have lots of children, but she's have 5 children. I've got only one daughter, Tatiana, and I have a lovely time with Tatiana. She's only one, but she have a big heart, and I'm privileged to live in Africa and take Tatiana together with me to orphanage children, and I give her love with those ones who struggling and suffering in Africa. And this is why I'm very lucky Tatiana created this beautiful project for the children, to help him for the education, to help him for life, and I'm very proud of her.
Thanks, Mom. So my mom has a very fond love for children, even though I'm your only child. I'm the lucky egg, right? But yeah, so basically when I was a little girl, to be more precise, around 7 years old, I remember, my mom took me around to a lot of poverty-stricken areas in Zimbabwe, my home country. And growing up, I couldn't understand why I was fortunate enough to have the basic necessities like food, 3 meals a day, access to clean water, a roof over my head, and being the only child, and my mom bringing me along to orphanages and charities since a young age. These kids kind of became like my brothers and sisters. And one day I just remember, in school I loved storytelling and I loved writing. And I remember one day just saying to my mom, I want to contribute in my own way to help these kids, rather than her just handing me some books or clothes or food and me handing it to them. I wanted to help them in my own way. And so I decided I was going to write this book called The Lonely Tiger. The tiger was always my favorite animal, and as I was the only child, I think maybe that's where lonely came from, but it also appealed to these kids in orphanages that felt like they too were lonely.
The book is about a lonely tiger, and lots of you who, maybe some people who've got more than you sometimes get jealous. So the lonely tiger was a very, very beautiful tiger. And the other animals were very jealous about him. So nobody wanted to be his friends. But the skunk, who stinks a lot, he wanted to be his friend. And it doesn't matter how you look on the outside, it's how you are on the inside.
So we wrote the book. All of the colorings and illustrations were done by me. I will admit though, in full honesty, my mom did help me quite a bit. And there was like this coloring book that has all these different characters, like loads of different animals. And as I was writing my book, I was choosing certain animals from that book, and it was learning how to draw. And so we wrote the book. It was published in Zimbabwe, and 100% of the proceeds went towards enhancing children's right to receive an education, most notably in Harare Children's Home, which is an orphanage in the capital city of Zimbabwe. So today is kind of like an introduction to what the Lonely Tiger brand stands for, and the further along we go, and I hope that you guys will stick with us through this journey, you'll understand the impact that we wish to make. So the purpose of today's vlog, I guess, is that, so we're going to Ukraine. We're going to be visiting a school there and an orphanage and a hospital, and we have an event planned for next year. But before we go to Ukraine and we start looking at, you can notice there's some clothes and stuff because we're starting a children's line and we're going to speak to the designers. We also have created in partnership with a local Ukrainian girl.
Yes.
She's from Donetsk, right?
Yes.
We've created an educational book.
From the 4 years old until 6, it's education book when the children can learn how to numbers and also coloring and also counting. It's very education book
Yeah,
for
so
the children.
I'll take a video now of you explaining it briefly. But just before we jump onto that, so there's two different types of Lonely Tiger books. The first one is the original with my drawings. So this was the original, as you can see, and then this is just kind of like the computerized version of my illustrations.
But the same story.
It's exactly the same story.
Friendship.
So there's also this puppet book that my mom, actually, I give all credit to her. It was incredible what she's done here with the same woman. And basically it's just a more interactive way of reading the book. So kids have the chance to actually embrace the characters, and you know, as you read the book and storytelling, the characters come to life in that sense. So,
My friend.
would you like to be my friend?
Meow. No.
Where's the skunk? He's gonna be my friend. Okay, so this is the puppet book. And then I'm gonna come around and video you explaining the educational book.
It's an education book. We prepared that book and we're going to be describe in Tatiana's videos exactly how to parents to going to use this book. This is example why we think this is an unbelievable, fantastic book, especially for the children, even the parents to take it with them, and soft and washing very easy, and it's very good for the children education, for the brain, for the counting. And like example, this page. This is book very special for the children age 4 years and up, to learning for counting. Example like number 5, counting how many animals. Children need to find it how many animals. Also find it how many.
Wait, can you show an example of the animal? So show where the
Okay.
number 5 is.
Number 5. Example number 5.
Right.
And the children know this is number 5. And we need to count in number 5 animals in this page. So the children need to look for that. They look in the tigers, number 1, of course. Cat, number 2, 3. Little owl, 4. They're looking everywhere where we can find it, number 5. Yes, we find it, number 5. So the counting and learning number 5, and also interrupt and play with it.
Put my foot here to balance.
And like example, this book, second book, the children know the stories. This is a count. You need to find it, the number. Example number 3. We'll look at this number 3. Children count how many flowers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Example in our basket, it's a very special basket. You can also do it like this and counting 3 apples. This is also help children for the learning plus and minus. Example like they give it to.
So numerical values like maths.
Yes, maths.
So if the pig eats 1 apple, how many apples are left in the basket?
Exactly.
2. So this is really basic for
Plus and minus.
yeah, but the whole purpose of this book is to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is quality education. And under 4.2, it's for primary school and pre-educational development. And so this enhances their coordinational skills, learning how to play educational games that increase their maths abilities, as well as learning them, even just basic things like this is what a tiger looks like, a skunk, a snake, and they can learn animals. And if they speak another language, like in our case, my mom's Ukrainian, they can learn English as well, and they can translate, okay, what is a mom? Cat in Russian is koshka.
Koshka.
So they can then translate koshka is cat, tiger is tiger.
Tiger. Pig. Поросенок. So the children in Ukraine, we've been in Ukraine, just now we're learning with the children of Ukraine how they teach them English same time and counting, and children from Ukraine so excited to learn English language. It's a very good education book. We believe through to games children can get to the learn, and for us it's very important. Education is a key for success, and Tatiana and I would deeply believe that.
So I'm so excited to be able to launch this brand together. We decided to create a children's clothing collection, which is based on the Lonely Tiger and the characters from the Lonely Tiger. And essentially we will be taking you through that journey of meeting the designers, visiting the schools, our partnerships. But the whole purpose of it is it has the same mission and vision that the Lonely Tiger brand has always had. And the Lonely Tiger's vision and mission is to achieve and enhance children's rights to receive an education. Proceeds made from any of the sales, from the clothing collection, from the books, from the toys, from the bags, from the caps, a certain percentage of those proceeds will be donated to our partnered schools, as well as orphanages, as well as hospitals, to help children receive the right to receive an education.
It's more important. Thank you, Tanya.
Thanks. I love you. Love you too. Whoa, that's super zoomed in. Let me put the camera back here for a second. But yeah, so Nelson Mandela was my hero growing up, and he always said that education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world. You know, I feel so privileged to be able to have been able to study, because it's empowered me to learn right from wrong. It's empowered me to learn more about development, and I truly believe that if everyone has this chance given to them, the world would be a better place. I don't think there would be so much poverty. So I'm very passionate about education, and I am so lucky to have this beautiful woman as my mom, who's inspired me my whole life. So thank you very much for watching this introduction video, and we shall see you when we're in Ukraine.
Great.
Peace.